Now, I wasn't really looking to making this video because, me personally, I'm a dude like, I don't do like, channels who frequently talk about drama and stuff like that. I don't really do that because that's not really what my channel's about. I play games, I talk about stuff here and there, but the drama shit I don't really get into. But there is one thing that I really wanted to touch on because I've been seeing this shit all over the internet for a long time now. And, it's been going crazy. Like, it's been reaching so many people. It's been crazy. And I know you guys are probably wondering, yo, well, Neon, what am I talking about? Or who am I talking about? And I am talking about Pedro Pascal. Now, if you guys don't know who Pedro Pascal is, he is the guy who played, he played a lot of roles. He played, I think, what was his name? The dude in Last of Us. I forgot his name. I think he played him. But recently, he's been mostly known, obviously, as Reed Richards in the new Fantastic Four movie. And, like I said, again, I didn't want to really touch on this topic that much, but, that's the guy. And he's been notoriously going around a lot of people's names right now. And it is not for a good reason. Like, yes, people may talk about his performance and stuff in the movie, because I didn't watch the movie yet. I'm supposed to go watch it, but I didn't watch it yet. But from what I'm hearing, he did pretty good in the movie. But we're not talking about his performance. We're not talking about that. We are talking about apparently him and the other, or how should I say this? The other actor in the movie with him being Vanessakirby. And you guys know where I'm going with this. So recently, it's been like stated that Pedro Pascal, whenever he's, on set or maybe in interviews, mostly like, for the movie and stuff like that, either there people are asking questions about the movie and whatnot, and, he has to answer and stuff like that. And, they had the cast together in interviews and question stuff and things like that, which makes sense, obviously. But what people have been picking up on is that the way that these two have been moving on set with each other. Now, apparently he has some sort of anxiety. And no, I'm not talking about that Dochi shit, but yeah, he has some sort of anxiety, which is understandable because it even happens to me. I'm not saying I have the same anxiety as him, but I do get nervous in some situations. Sometimes when I'm even making a video for you guys, I get a little nervous, starting off the video, doing whatever. But apparently his anxiety is like kind of like, he gets scared, stuff like that, which makes sense. Somebody gets scared, they got to answer questions and they got to talk about stuff. And, it gets a little frustrating. But, the way that he's been handling his anxiety is a little bit strange, and people are saying a lot of things. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm, discounting his anxiety or whatever. I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but the way these two has been moving on, well, not the movie, but interviews and questions and whatever, it's been a little strange to people. And there are a lot of people calling him out and saying that, yo, he's faking the anxiety to touch women and do this and whatever. Now, again, I'm not saying that's what he's doing. I'm just, picking up on what everybody's saying. Now, y'all got to keep in mind, though, that Vanessakirby, who plays Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four movie, is married and expecting a child. So, you got to keep that in mind. And I know her husband is probably fuming right now. Yes, obviously, she has to give him consent to do this, obviously. But like I said, the way it's been going on and the way they've been moving on, like, the stuff, like, I'm going to put some clips up on the screen and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you, what I'm referring to in terms of like the way they're handling the quote unquote anxiety. So I'm going to do that while editing probably, and you guys will see that.
Where have you been?
I've been busy.
I know, baby.
Answering questions about you.
You can't leave me alone that long.
But again, keep in mind that Vanessakirby, is married and expecting a child. And again, I'm not saying that, you know, the dude doesn't have anxiety and shit like that, but you know, it's been weird, and a lot of people have been calling him out, saying, you know, oh, he's using the anxiety as like a excuse to touch women and shit like that. And again, I'm saying Vanessa Kirby's, you know, her husband is a better man than me, because if that was my girl doing that to some dude, I would probably go reverse flashing that ass. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's kind of, I'm not saying it's weird, but it's just kind of stupid, because like I said, bro, you can handle anxiety in a different way. Some people here and there, you know, they might pull somebody to the side a bit, you know, give them a little bit of like, you know, words of wisdom or something, and, you know, helps them calm or do something that can calm them down. But like I said, the way he's been doing it has been crazy. And this is not even the first time he's really like done this with the weird touching and shit like that. There was one time where he was doing something with William Dafoe, some like Star Award or whatever he was getting, and his wife was in the crowd, and keep in mind, this is William Dafoe's wife I'm talking about, and he touched her in a way that seemed weird, very, very weird. And William Dafoe looked at him, and bro, I'm telling you right now, I have not seen a death stare or any stare like that more serious than what I saw. I'm gonna put this up when editing. But the way that he looked at him when he did that, he probably wanted to fight that nigga right on the spot. I ain't gonna hold you. And again, I can't blame him, because you don't touch somebody's wife like that. Again, I'm gonna put the clip up when editing and show you guys what I'm talking about. But the way he did it, like I said, was crazy. So again, back to Pedro with that was just a little example. But again, bro, there are many other ways to handle your anxiety. And like I said, bro, he's not the only person who's guilty, because Vanessa Kirby herself is doing it. And keep in mind, again, she's married and expecting a child. So, you know, keep that shit in mind. But again, I'm not here to say that the dude does not have anxiety or whatever. I'm just, you know, I'm just a messenger and just saying what people feel. But again, you know, it's pretty weird. Like I said, there are many other ways you can handle anxiety besides like touching on women like that. Like, you feel me? And something I saw people were saying that was that when he was doing like for The Last of Us, you know, interviews and stuff with Bella Ramsey, the actor who played Ellie in that show, you know, he's been doing it in a way too that, well, he has not been doing. Like, everybody is saying that, you know, he's moving this way with Vanessa Kirby and whatever, but they didn't see him moving that way with Bella Ramsey. And I mean, she's younger, obviously. Why the fuck would he do that? But still, you know, and she's told him apparently that the anxiety mostly starts around like his stomach, in the middle of his chest or whatever. I don't know. Don't ask me about that. But yeah, I mean, it's strange, like I said. But again, if you want to handle your anxiety, bro, you can handle it in a different, like I said, there's nothing wrong with somebody telling your coworker, like, you know, actor or whatever, you know, if they're scared about something or being anxiety, you know, you can simply just like maybe pull them to the side and, you know, give them a little bit of like words or like confidence, and, you know, tell them you got this or some shit like that. And it's all good. But like I said, the way he's been handling it is pretty strange. And, you know, I want to leave it at that. So I'm gonna let y'all decide in the comments below what y'all think about this with Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, I don't know what that was, but yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Again, let me know what you guys think about this situation down below, and let me know what you guys think about Pedro, Vanessa Kirby, and the freaky shit that's been going on these like interviews and set stuff and etc, etc. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'm Neon V2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and peace out. I'm out of here.